What's up guys, how's it going? Hope you're well. Just wanted to do a bit of a longer video today, and the title of today's video is You're Not Ready to Have the Life That You Want. Okay, so we all know that there are things in life that we can't control and there are things that we can control, and if you don't know that already, you should hurry up and subscribe to my channel and watch all the videos. I'm assuming a bit of basic knowledge there, but I don't think there's anything too wild or mind-blowing. A lot of teenagers could probably tell you that already, so don't worry, and if you haven't learned that, that's fine, you can learn that on this video. And I think the thing we all tend to do is we tend to overestimate a lot of different things and underestimate different factors into that component and components of that equation of things we can control and things we can't control. So many of us, we feel sad or feel despaired in life because we feel like we haven't got to where we want to, we haven't got the life that we want to have, and we feel that it's essentially because of things that are outside of our control. At least that's what we tell ourselves anyway. And like I said, the title of this video is You're Not Ready to Have the Life That You Want, and I'm going to go through a quick example of why actually you're not, and everything you think you know is actually wrong. So again, there's a couple of things I'm assuming here, but like I said, let's just go forward and talk about some of the concepts here. So like I said earlier, we know that success or achieving a goal is a combination of having an opportunity and preparation for that opportunity. So essentially it's preparation meeting an opportunity, and when those two things come together, that's when you achieve your goal. So like I said, we can tend to lose hope because we think, oh, you know, I'm really working hard, I'm doing everything I can, but I'm just not getting the opportunity, I'm not getting the break that I need in life, okay? So let's take a few examples of what people want in life, including myself, and let's just go through some common examples, okay? So one of the biggest worries that every human being worried about, it's really hard to find a more common worry than this, is finding a suitable relationship, okay? So that's something everybody worries about, okay? Let's think about something else, okay? So finding a job after graduating from uni, or securing a job that's actually relevant to your degree, okay? Or finding any job in the job market is very difficult to do, as people who have actually applied can tell you. It's a lot harder than you might think it is if you've never applied before. And let's think of another example of something people want as well. So achieving a body or physique that they feel proud of, okay? So we've got those three things, okay? Now we all know that a lot of those things, there are factors we can control. So how hard you're working, where you're looking for relationships, if you're actually working on your body, if you're training, if you're eating the right kind of things, okay? And then there's things you can't control. So for example, there's things you can't control about relationships, such as timing. There's things you can't control about jobs, such as whether there's vacancies or not. And there's things that you can't control about your body. So for example, your genetics, potential health conditions you may have been born with, okay? So like I said, there's aspects that you're born with or outside of your control, and there's aspects that you can work on, okay? So we tend to think like, I'm really doing my best, and you know, I'm not getting the life I want, but I really deserve it because I'm working really hard, okay? So let's just go through a quick exercise now, and this is one of my favourite things to do in the video. So I'd like you to just imagine, just entertain for a moment, that when I snap my fingers, okay, we're just going to go through a few examples. So imagine that when I snap my fingers, the person that you're looking for, Mr. Right, Mrs. Right, whoever right, okay, the person who is just like stunningly attractive, really good looking, they have a very kind, caring personality, they have the same values as you, they have the same long-term goals as you, literally everything you're looking for in that partner, okay? When I snap my fingers, they're going to knock on the door and they're going to walk into your life, okay? And wherever you are now, just imagine that, okay? So just close your eyes. Right, I've snapped my fingers, they've knocked on the door. Are you going to open that door, okay? Because for a lot of people, okay, and myself included, I'm not perfect, okay, they're not ready for the good things in life, okay? That's the point of this video, just to show you like how not ready you are and how you overestimate different points in your life. So imagine they knocked on that door, that perfect person that you're looking for. What's your room looking like? I can tell you right now, mine's a bit of a bombshell, but other things about your life, do you take care of yourself? Do you have any respect for yourself? Do you even have the confidence to walk and open that door? Because a lot of people, especially young guys now, they probably wouldn't be able to do that, okay? Other things as well. Do you respect yourself to even have, to believe that you're worthy of doing that? So there's having the confidence to do that, and there's having the ability to believe you're worthy of doing that, okay? And when's the last time you paid attention to your personal hygiene? You know, a lot of guys, they don't even wash their face very often these days. It's a bit easier for me to talk about the male side of things than the female side of things, so just forgive me for that limitation, but I'm sure there's other examples you can think of, okay? So My point with these examples really is that it's very easy to tell yourself that everything's outside of your control and you're working on everything you can control. But actually, if you go through this thought exercise, you can see actually how there's a lot of things that perhaps you don't think are that important, or you think you're working on the big things, but actually you've left a lot of gaps, and that's what's really holding you back. Okay, so let's do another one. Okay, so what are the other examples? I said finding a relationship, and I said finding a job. Okay, so let's imagine now that when I snap my fingers again, okay, so you've been applying for jobs all the time, you've been applying for months, you've been writing different CVs, you've been going on Indeed, you've been going on LinkedIn, making as many links as you can, you haven't heard back from anyone, okay? So just close your eyes and imagine that when I snap my fingers this time, you're going to get a notification on your phone. And it's going to be an email from a firm that you've wanted a job in for a long time. You've been emailing them for ages, you've been haggling them, and they finally sent you an email. And when you open this email, it tells you that they're looking for a position, that it's the position that you're interested in, it's suitable for your qualifications, the pay is exactly what you want. Essentially, this is almost your dream job, or very close to it, okay? And all that they ask in this email is that they're looking to interview as soon as possible. The next slot they have for an interview is in 15 to 30 minutes. Okay, the next one is tomorrow, and after that, they don't know their availability. It could be several weeks before you hear another interview. They also say that if you pass this interview, you can start the job tomorrow, okay, or as soon as possible. They need someone to start that role ASAP, okay, and that's why they've actually gone through the trouble of emailing you. So just imagine you get that notification and that email. Now, I know it sounds a bit unrealistic, but just bear with me here, okay? So I'm going to snap my fingers now. Have you got it? No, I'm joking. But just think about that example. Let's say you actually did get that email. Are you even in a position where in 15 to 30 minutes you could be ready to have that interview? Do you have the confidence to say, actually, yeah, I've been really working for this job for a long time, and I'm ready for that interview. I just need the opportunity. Yep, 15, 30 minutes, let me go right now. Or I don't know, let me think about it. Or, are you ready? No. Do you have the confidence? Yes, I hope so, but most people, the answer is no. Secondly, do you actually have something nice to wear for the interview? Or again, have you neglected that thing because you didn't even think you would get as far to get to the interview, yet you haven't even prepared for that part, okay? Simple things like that. Do you have the ability to actually get to that job? Do you have transport? Do you have a friend who could share a lift? You have to think these things through. If you haven't thought of everything now, I know sometimes you can't think of every possible thing, and it's better to get started than to do nothing at all. I've even said that in previous videos, but I'm saying that a lot of very simple things people overlook, and we tend to think that, oh, okay, I've prepared everything and everything's outside of my control, oh no, boo-hoo. But actually, a lot of things are still in your control, and you actually haven't done your best, okay? And just going back to this example, actually, of the job, so I know when I talked about the relationship, that probably is a bit far-fetched, someone probably wouldn't knock on your door, okay? But speaking actually about the job example that I gave, a lot of people would probably say that that's an unrealistic situation to be in. But actually, I have a funny story. So over the summer, I was actually applying for jobs, and I spent weeks applying in the lead up to summer. So I'm currently at a university, and our summer gets shorter and shorter as the years go by. So there was about 3-4 weeks where I could work a job over the summer, and I felt like I really needed to work a job, get some money together, and put me in a good position for next year, okay? So the weeks before that, I spent applying to different jobs, different companies. I was emailing them, I was writing my CV to them, I was doing everything that I could, and I wasn't hearing back from anybody. And I was really starting to think at this rate that either they were all rejecting me, or maybe that they have a lot of other applicants, and by the time that they actually get back to me, I'm probably not going to be able to actually end up working in the summer. If it takes a few weeks to get an interview, then from the interview to have an induction and to start and get all your pay and everything started. So I thought by that time I'll probably be back at uni, so I don't really know what's going on. And then out of the blue, I get a call, and it's one of the recruiters, and they say, oh, no, we've had a look at your application, you meet all of the requirements, we just need you to submit all of these evidences and competencies, and then you just book an interview on our portal, okay? So what I did was, as soon as I got home, I was driving at the time, as soon as I got home, I scoured my bag, I found all the competencies, I sent them in literally within an hour. I had done that, and then they sent me another email saying thank you for your, for sending all that email through, and you just need to book a slot for the interview. interview. And I kid you not, the next slot was like I said in the example, it was like in 15 to 30 minutes. And I literally booked it, and I didn't even think the person was going to turn up because it was such short notice. But they actually did. And like I said in the example, there was one in 15 to 30 minutes, there was one the next day, and there was the next they said we don't know when we've got availability. And like I said in the example, if I didn't get through their application criteria soon, I wouldn't be able to actually start that job until a very long time, and by that time I probably wouldn't even have the time to work. So it was really important for me to take the opportunity when I did. And my point is not to gloat about the scenario or anything, but there's a lot of useful learning points, like I said. So in that example, I was ready, I picked up the phone, I had the confidence, I believed in myself because I've been applying to so many jobs. Like I said, I had all my competencies ready, they were in my bag. Okay, could they have been scanned and saved as PDFs beforehand? Yes, but again, there's things you learn on the job as well, and there's expediency is part of it as well. But broadly speaking, I was in a position where I was ready to do that interview very soon. But I wasn't always that way. And actually it got me thinking that if the same thing had happened a few years ago, like maybe 3-4 years ago, or even 2 years ago, I don't think I would have done that. I don't think I would have been able to say like, yep, here's everything, here's the interview in 15 minutes. I don't think I would have done that. I don't think I would have had the confidence. I don't think I would have had the organisational skills. I mean, my bag is still a mess today, but it's an organised mess, so I know where everything is. But when I was younger, just everything was in my bag, everything was all over my desk. There was no way I would have been able to find those forms, so that would have been the first hurdle. Secondly, I wouldn't have had the confidence to even say like, I'll do the interview in 15 minutes. And then actually, I don't think I would have even had the confidence to actually pass the interview either. So if that sounds like you, just hurry up and buy my financial freedom course. You can get a Lambo, you can laugh at everybody who didn't agree with you or disbelieved in. I'm joking, I don't have a financial freedom course, and if I did make a course about finances, I would make it free, because I do believe that, like I said, when I look back at myself a few years ago, there's a couple of things I really wish somebody told me, and one of the biggest barriers I had at the time was obviously money and being able to access higher education, not higher education, but further qualifications, because a lot of things online, they are hidden behind paywalls. So that's actually one of the purposes behind this channel and some of the videos I make. So I hope you guys learn from this example and some of these scenarios, and these weren't just silly exercises, like I said about the job example. That can really happen to you, especially in these days with Zooms and Teams, and I know how difficult it is to get a job after you graduate. And so I would just say, like, just keep everything ready and keep asking yourself, keep asking yourself that question. If somebody knocked on the door right now, or if I got that email in my inbox right now, am I actually ready? And that's a good way of reminding yourself that actually there's still a long way to go, or actually being like, no, I am actually ready. I'm literally just waiting for the opportunity to come, and then I'll be able to do it. So that's the whole point of this video, because like I said before, it's very easy to delude yourself into thinking that the only reason you haven't got where you want to in life is because of everybody else or everything outside your control. And like I said, it is difficult to get opportunities, but very often there are still things that you're overlooking, and if you're not prepared for those opportunities, when they come, you're going to miss them anyway. So like I said, we go back to the very basics. The takeaways I want you to take from this video is that achieving a goal or success is broken down into preparation and opportunity. Sometimes you can control the opportunity, but a lot of times you can't, okay? And a lot of times you can control your preparation, okay? And we, as human beings, I've done a video on this before about effective forecasting, we tend to overestimate how hard we're working on the preparation, and we underestimate how close these opportunities are. So like I said, that leads to the mismatch. So when the opportunity does come, because it comes knocking sooner than you expect it to, your preparation isn't actually where you thought it was. So that was actually the point of the video, just to get you guys thinking. Keep repeating that exercise, and like I said in previous videos, everything is a process, including self-reflection. And so don't be disappointed at all if some of the answers that you're thinking, like I said, ask yourself, are you actually ready? If you're not ready, don't be disappointed, because like I said, even a few years ago, maybe even going back a few months ago, like I said, a lot of the answers to those questions for me were no, and I wasn't ready and I didn't have the confidence. But you can definitely turn that around, and that's really the point of the video, guys. So take care, peace out, follow for more amazing content.